So I officially transferred to Penn State, but I was about 1 day away from transferring to another school, and here's why. Let me give you guys a quick brief on why I decided to leave Nebraska. First and foremost, the chance to be a 2028 Olympian. Now, in order to maximize yourself as an athlete and in order to be like a visionary, you have to put yourself in the best situation possible to succeed and overall just to be the best possible athlete that you can become. And I'm not here to say that Nebraska wasn't helping me become a great athlete. They turned me from a 154 high school runner to a 147 low 800 meter runner. It is very hard to do that, to drop that amount of time in the amount of years that I did. But in order to get down to the 147, to the 144s, 143s, 142s, I have to be surrounded in an environment where that is promoted, right? When I was weighing out my options while in the portal, I definitely told myself, okay, what school is going to help me push to that next level? What school is going to push me to another level that I have yet to experience and surround me in the best possible environment? But we'll get to that soon, right? Leaving Nebraska was a very difficult thing to do, okay? I have so many friends there. There's a lot of my supporters that are there. My family obviously loves Nebraska. I got my degree from Nebraska, and I could have taken a very good master's program and have had that completely taken care of financially. Things would have been very comfortable for me my last year. But looking at what the possibility could have been, I could have stayed in Nebraska and I could have gotten complacent. You know, this last year wasn't my best year. I obviously only went from a 147.4 to a 147.3, and that all mostly was due to the coaching staff changes within these last 2 years. I've had over 5 coaches at Nebraska, and it's very stressful each and every single year to trust a new coach, to get into a new program. All in all, it was a very difficult process to decide to leave, but I had to take that risk if I want to try to become the athlete that I want to become. Now, let's talk about the transfer portal. Okay, the transfer portal has been ridiculously insane these past few months, okay? The transfer portal before was nothing like how it is today, right? In the past, you barely were even able to transfer, right? Transfer was kind of like a foreign thing, but now everybody and their mom is transferring. And I didn't join the portal just to join it and say, hey, I'm in the portal, let's just switch things up. It genuinely was to give myself the best chance to become a professional athlete and give me a new perspective on what it means to be an elite 800 meter runner, right? 147 800 meter runner, I look at myself like, okay, I'm a good athlete, but I don't want to just be a good athlete, right? I want to be a great athlete, and I joined the portal to become a great athlete. Now, let me tell you guys exactly what happened. In my last video, if you guys watched it, I specifically said I'm looking for some place hot and to change the scene, right, and get out of the Midwest. A place that's warm, obviously, Nike school. And that was true, okay? To be very transparent with everybody watching this video, I was verbally committed to USC for about 5 weeks. But some things happened behind the scenes, some coaching staff changes, scholarship information got misplaced. All in all, the scholarship to USC fell through, but I told everybody that I was committed to USC. I really was. And I was talking to Penn State, and I was talking to Oklahoma State. Those were my top 3, okay? And once the USC offer fell through, it was between Penn State and Oklahoma State. Weighing out the scholarship numbers and weighing out the opportunity, it just came down to what do I think is gonna give me the best opportunity to be at that 2028 Olympics and be a professional athlete. Looking at Penn State's roster, I'm like the 6th or 7th fastest guy on that team. I want to be the slowest guy on the team, right? I wanna walk into a room and have everyone around me better than me as an athlete, because I know that's gonna push me to become a better athlete myself. And that's ultimately what it came down to. It's gonna be very cool being on the East Coast, on that side of the country. I've never been over there. I've only been in Nebraska, Illinois, and to kind of make a flip down to Pennsylvania and only being like, what, 3.5 hours to New York City, that's gonna be a really cool environment to switch. And plus, it is my last year. It is my last year to try to become the best athlete. It is my last year to be in the NCAA, whether I run that 145 and potentially turn pro, or even if I do run the 146 and 147 again, right? It's gonna give me the best possible chance to end my career and be happy with the career that I've had all in all. Yeah, going back to what I said about the transfer portal, the only reason I wasn't posting was because I was so stressed about this transfer portal process. I was talking to coaches consistently. I was writing all these resumes and personal statements to try to apply for these master's programs, and it was a very draining process. There was a point in time where I genuinely considered retirement. I genuinely decided to, you know what, I had a good 4 years, why not just wrap it up here and start the working life? But that's not what I want to do. I can't give up on something I've been working so long on, right? I've been working ever since I was 14 years old in the 800 meter run, And I've been doing this for the last 7 to 8 years, and I started out as a 219, and I would have never thought to become a 147 guy. But who knows, this could be the year that everything changes. That's why I decided to make this switch. A lot of my comments are like, yo, why'd you leave Nebraska, blah, blah, blah. Like, I thought you were a Nebraska Husker for life, and I am a Nebraska Husker for life, right? I mean, I had so many good, amazing memories there, great experiences, and it made me become it turned me from a good athlete to a really good athlete, right? But this last year, it's one more chance to dial in. It's one more chance to get more disciplined than ever, run faster times than ever, and just experience life in a completely different way, in a brand new environment with brand new teammates. Things could really turn up for me this last year. And for everybody who's been watching my journey, I really do appreciate every single one of you. This entire channel was started to show you guys how to become a great athlete, different tips and tricks on how to become faster, and all in all, just to enjoy somebody else's experience, somebody else's journey. And I'm gonna keep this channel going for as long as humanly possible. And once I get to Penn State, I have not taken a visit yet, just to be honest. So my first time being there will be in August. So it's gonna be a complete flip from Nebraska to Penn State. And this is the year where everything could possibly change. So until then, see you.